How's it going, Tiago? You must have had a long day going out to meet your mom. How's Mom's condition? Is it better yet?
She's doing all right. Now it's better. However, her back pain has become much worse than before. Now she has to use a walker to get around. I worry for her, especially after she was hospitalized last month.
Still, she's lucky to have a son like you who comes to visit her often. If I were her, I'd feel a lot more at ease knowing you're there. She had another doctor's appointment today, right? Did you drive her there yourself, or did you hire a cab?
Yeah, I drove her there myself. It wasn't a big deal on my part. Anything to help her out, you know?
How late were you guys there? Did they make you wait long?
Until just before noon. The apartment was bright and early.
That's not so bad. You must have made it back just in time for lunch. I bet she made you something good to eat. Are you chilling out at the house with her now?
Just sandwiches. Nothing too fancy. And given her condition, I don't think I can completely chill out around her. But we have been talking about a few things. Like, about what comes next for her.
What comes next for her? What do you mean by that? Is there something serious going on?
Well, right now, she isn't as sick as she could be, but her health overall is definitely on the decline. In a year or so, she probably won't be able to live on her own anymore. She might need constant care and supervision. We even talked about potentially putting her in a home.
You're probably right. I'm so sorry to hear that. It's a difficult decision to make.
But to tell you the truth, Lydia, I was actually thinking about moving in with her.
What? Like, you'll be moving in with her?
Actually, I guess I should say she'll be moving in with us. I'm going to help her get settled in here tomorrow. Could you tidy up the house a bit for her arrival? Your help is really going to mean a lot to us, you know.
Huh? Oh, wait. Hold on a second. She's coming tomorrow? And you're not moving in with her, but she's moving in with us? Not the other way around?
Yeah, that's what I said. I had her things shipped to our house already. They're on the way now as we speak. Tomorrow is going to be the first day of our new life together. The three of us under one roof.
Whoa. Slow down there. You've already mailed her stuff over without even asking me first.
Hey, calm down, honey. She really needs help, and I want us to do what we can for her. You know, she's family after all. She's my mother and your mother-in-law.
But this is completely coming out of nowhere.
And what about it?
You can't just tell me you're moving my mother into my house tomorrow without any kind of warning or consultation. Couldn't you have at least asked me first or given me a heads up? It's crazy that you'd hide something huge like that from me and expect me to be okay with it.
Well, clearly you would have gotten mad if I'd told you beforehand. You would have argued with me and tried to stop me.
This is something we're supposed to decide on together as a couple. This is my home too, you know. I have a say in who lives here. And do we even have enough space to fit 3 people in here comfortably?
It's late for us to change our minds now. All her stuff is already on its way here. And I can't just wave my hand and magically have it all sent back or cancel the delivery.
You are being way too pushy right now. Telling me a day in advance doesn't even give me time to clean the apartment or prepare for her arrival.
I've been telling you, she can't live on her own anymore. She needs constant care and attention. Someone has to step up and help her, and that someone is us. And despite all the help she needs in her old age, somehow I knew you'd still say no if I asked you.
So you're telling me your plan was to move her in before I could say no or object to it? How long have you been planning this anyway? Weeks? Months? Years?
Something like that.
Well, I guess that's how long it would take. This isn't the kind of thing you can just decide the day before, after all. This is a major life change for all of us.
If you really want to know so badly, Mom has been saying she wants to live with us for maybe 6 months now. Ever since her back pain got worse and she had to use a walker. By the time she was hospitalized last month, I'd already made up my mind that this was the best option for her. I realized that this way would be better for her health and her happiness.
Seriously? It's been that long? And you never mentioned a single word of this to me or hinted at it in any way. This is unbelievable of you, Tiago. How could you keep such a big secret from me?
So you're telling me to abandon my mother just like that? Even though I'm her son and she needs our help more than ever?
You know that's not what I mean at all. What I'm saying is, how could you decide something this big without even asking me or involving me in the decision?
I already know there's bad blood between you and her. You never got along well with her. But as my wife, it's your responsibility to come to your mother-in-law's aid when she needs your help. You can't just turn your back on her.
I bet you're doing this just to make things easier for yourself. Not because you want to help her or care about her. You get home from work and don't even offer to wash a plate or two. All you do is grumble and go straight for the couch. You never lift a finger around here. You just want to force all the work onto me because it's easier for you. You want me to be your maid and your mother's nurse.
I'm not getting any younger, Lydia. I'm working hard every day to provide for us. All this hard work I'm doing is going to start taking its toll on me. I can't keep up with everything. This is what you signed up for when we got married, isn't it? To support me and to stand by me? Be a good wife and help me out a little here. Don't be so selfish and stubborn. Now that it's our responsibility to take care of my mother, I'm going to need your help more than ever around here.
And now I'm supposed to sacrifice my sanity so your mom can laze around the house too? Even though I have a job too? I barely have enough time to balance my job and all of our chores. I don't have enough hours in the day to care for your mom on top of all of that. I already do most of the housework by myself.
Oh, please. Contract work isn't even real work. You just sit at your computer and type some stuff. It's not like you have a boss or deadlines or anything. I bet you barely even do any work on an average day, do you? You probably just watch Netflix or play games or chat with your friends online. Sacrifice is a big overstatement.
I'm not overstating anything here. You don't appreciate what I do at all. You don't respect my job or my skills or my time. If your mom comes to live with us, you're just going to dump all of the menial tasks onto me alone. You won't help me with anything. Even though you're going to be living with us too, I bet you don't even plan on helping out in the slightest. And you think it's all my duty as a wife?
Of course I don't. Don't you know I'm busy with work? Someone here has to keep us fed, you know. Someone has to pay the bills and the rent and the groceries and everything else. I can't afford to waste my time on trivial things like cooking or cleaning or taking care of my mom.
Then I don't want her moving in with us after all.
Is it really something to make such a big fuss about, Lydia? Why are you being so cold-hearted and unreasonable? It's not like you at all. You used to be so kind and loving. I bet you're the only wife in the world that would oppose this so aggressively. Any other wife would gladly welcome their mother-in-law into their home.
I don't understand why you have to put all the blame on me for this. You're the one who went out and decided all of this on your own in the first place. So all of the blame ought to be on you. I might have actually considered letting her live with us if you just asked me beforehand.
Just drop it already, Lydia. Her stuff is already on the way. She even terminated the lease on her apartment already, and she has nowhere else to go.
This is all just absurd. You're being completely insane, you know that? Do you even realize how much trouble you've caused me and how much stress you've put me under?
Mom's going to be here tomorrow evening at the earliest, just so you know. You better be ready to welcome her with a smile.
Where is she even going to sleep? We don't have a spare room we can put her in.
We're taking the office room and converting it to her room. We'll move your desk and computer and everything else to the living room. Have everything in there tidy and ready for her by the time she gets here.
Oh, so your idea of getting ready for her arrival was to let me do all of it myself. Did you forget that? That's my home office.
Oh, come on! You can just do it in the living room instead.
So you're just going to take away my workspace too? Screw you!
Quit complaining about every little thing. You're being so childish and petty. It's all set in stone now, so just shut your mouth and get the place ready for her arrival. Got it?
I'm not going to accept this forced roommate situation sitting down, you know? I have rights too, you know? I have a say in who lives in my home.
It doesn't matter if you take it sitting down or make a fuss about it, it's already been decided on either way. Hey, Lydia! Mom says she'll be here around 7 tonight. Get the house ready, okay? Make sure everything is clean and tidy for her.
You've got it.
Oh, sounds like your attitude has done a 180. You sound so cheerful and cooperative all of a sudden. Of course, it only takes you a day to get over yourself, huh? You must have realized how wrong you were yesterday.
Yep, I've made up my mind.
Glad to hear it. Did Mom's stuff get mailed here yet?
It's here. I just mailed off my stuff too. Nice knowing you, Tiago.
What? Where are you sending your things off to all of a sudden? Just where do you even plan on going?
Isn't it obvious? I'm going back to my parents' house. I've already made up my mind, so there's no use of complaining, right?
Hey, don't even think about running away all of a sudden, got it?
The taxi is already on its way, Tiago. Bye. Have a nice life.
You'd better not take one step outside that door. You got that, Lydia?
And what business do you think you have in the matter? Why do you think you can tell me what to do?
I'm asking you why you're suddenly deciding to leave. Are you out of your mind? Do you realize what you're doing?
I got tired of you making all the decisions by yourself, that's all. So I decided I'm going back to live with my parents, where they respect me and listen to me. If you need someone to help your mom so badly, then do it yourself. Don't expect me to do everything for you.
Wait. Just hold on a second, okay? Don't be so rash and impulsive. You aren't really going back to your parents' house, are you? You don't really mean that, do you?
I'm serious. You know, I really am going back. Make sure you let your mom know when she gets here, okay? Why don't you tell her I have no intention of becoming a mere housekeeper for you or your son? You can quote me on that too.
How dare you say that to me? Do you have any idea how mad she'll get if I tell her that? How hurt and disappointed she'll be? She's been so overjoyed, thinking that she'd get to stay with both of us after all. She was looking forward to spending time with us as a family.
I don't care whether or not she gets mad. After all, I've got nothing to do with the situation anymore.
Do you really want to make her hate you? Is that fine with you?
My relationship with your mother doesn't mean anything to me anymore. I'm not going to try and bend over backward to please her, and I don't care if she blows a fuse about it.
You can't just do that, Lydia. Even if you want nothing to do with her, at the end of the day, she's my mother. She's part of your family too, not just mine.
That doesn't matter to me either. Frankly, I don't consider either of you to be my family anymore. It's not like we're blood related after all. I'm just going back to being another stranger to you guys.
Don't go acting like you're suddenly in the right here. You're not the victim here. You're the one who's being selfish and unreasonable. When you go back home and your parents find out why you left, you'll be a laughingstock, you know? They'll laugh at how spineless and immature of a person you are for having left for such a silly reason.
Sorry, Tiago. I don't think I understand. Who's going to be laughing at me here? Why do you think they'll laugh at me? I already told my mom all about the situation, and she's completely on my side, you know? She agrees with me that you were wrong to do what you did. She supports my decision to leave you.
What? Are you serious? How can she support your decision? How can she agree with you? Doesn't she have any sense of family or loyalty or duty? She should be ashamed of herself for raising such a spoiled and ungrateful daughter like you. She should be scolding you and telling you to go back to your husband and mother-in-law.
And this isn't the first time I've had problems with you and your mother either. Your mom is an evil mother-in-law type, you know? She's put me down enough times in the past. And you know, this isn't the first time you've gone ahead and made a big decision on your own without letting me know beforehand.
It isn't? I can't remember anything like that.
You don't remember? Buying an expensive car, deciding our wedding venue? You decided those things without saying a word to me beforehand, didn't you? I decided to overlook those incidents until now, you know, because I wanted to make it work between me and you. But this time, I really can't let it go.
Who knew women could be so heartless towards their mother-in-law? I thought you were supposed to be the fairer sex. At least forgive this one little thing, won't you?
Seriously? Is it really surprising that I'm packing up and going back home after all of this? This whole situation is absurd, no matter how you look at it.
Is it now? Is it really that absurd and messy?
Oh, come on, Tiago. Having to live with your mother-in-law is a touchy subject at best for anyone with a shred of sanity. It's a recipe for disaster and conflict. But moving her in without telling me and expecting me to be cool with it after the fact is seriously unheard of. It's a huge betrayal and disrespect. If anyone here is in a position to make complaints, it definitely isn't you. You have no right to complain about anything.
Yeah, I get it. You're pissed at me. You're furious and resentful. Clearly, I can't get a single word through to you. You won't listen to anything I say or try to understand my point of view. Why don't you head back home for a bit to cool off? Maybe some time away from me and Mom will do you some good.
You're the one who needs to cool off here, Tiago. You're the one who's being irrational and stubborn. You won't admit your mistake or apologize for what you did.
Well, gee, Lydia. I'm pretty sure that's your fault for talking down to me this whole time. Is it really that unreasonable that I'd get a little angry too? Just go home and spend some time with your parents until you're able to think clearly again, and come back home soon. Got it? Lydia, what the hell did you do?
What do you mean?
The house.
Oh, that. I assume you just got back from work. I bet you've seen everything by now then. You must be shocked and confused.
The closet is completely empty. Not just that, but stuff is missing all over the place too. Where the hell did you put everything?
Come on, Tiago. We've already been through this, haven't we? I shipped all of my things back to my parents' house, dummy.
Just how much of our stuff were you planning on taking back with you?
How much stuff? Good question. I mean, it's not like I ever plan on going back there anyway, right?
Huh? Wait. So that's what you meant by going back home? You meant like permanently?
Of course. What did you think I meant?
I was certain you'd meant you'd be gone overnight or maybe a day at most. You're not actually thinking of breaking up with me, are you?
I sure am.
That's how far you're planning on going with this whole thing. Even if you're a little mad about it, this definitely isn't something that would warrant us breaking up.
Clearly, you don't understand just how mad I am about this situation. You don't get how angry and hurt and betrayed I feel. Do you want to know how mad I am? I'm so mad. I never want to see your face ever again. I hate you so much right now.
Whoa, whoa. Calm down there, Lydia. If you decide to divorce me over this, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. Do you hear me?
I think the one who's going to be regretting their actions here is you, not me. You're the one who screwed up everything. Are you really prepared to take care of your mother the way you promised her you would? Are you really ready to handle all the responsibilities and challenges that come with it?
You really can't leave me like this, Lydia. I don't know how to keep the house in check like you do. I can't even cook a basic meal for myself. I planned this entire arrangement around you being there to help us out. Without you here, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Wow, so your plan this whole time really was to push all the work onto me, huh? In case you forgot, the one who invited her to stay with us in the first place was you, Tiago. You're an adult, aren't you? Figure it out on your own.
So what am I supposed to tell the poor woman, huh?
Just be honest and own up to the mistake you've made. Tell her the truth about why I left and how you feel about it. Tell her I acted selfishly without telling Lydia and made her really mad. Tell her I couldn't stand the idea of living with her and decided to leave you. And tell her I have no intention of coming back or seeing either of you ever again.
There's no way I can say that to her face. What the hell are you thinking? Getting selfish all of a sudden and leaving me like this? I've made all these arrangements and sunk all this money into this plan, and now it's falling apart just like that.
You have been acting selfish ever since I met you, Tiago. You always put yourself first and never think about anyone else. I think I've earned a moment of selfishness for myself. Just this once. I deserve to be happy and free. Anyway, bye!
Lydia, please pick up your phone. I'm begging you. Please hurry up and get back here already. I'll do anything, I swear.
Well, aren't you desperate? Your mom should have already walked through the door by now, right? Well, what did she have to say about all of this?
She slapped me in the face just now.
Oh my god, you're joking! Did she? Actually, I'm dead. I can't stop laughing.
She was practically skipping with joy to the door. Then she came inside, saw you weren't there, and figured everything else out on her own. She started shaking.
I bet she thought her life in paradise with you and me was just about to begin. It's just too bad that the person who was supposed to magically make it all work out wasn't there.
Yeah, it is too bad. Please, just come home already. I'm on my hands and knees here. Just tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it.
I wouldn't dream of stepping foot back in there.
But why? I don't understand.
How many times are you going to make me repeat myself, Tiago? I'm deeply disappointed in you.
You can't.
Seriously, just cancel your living arrangement with her. You clearly can't handle it on your own. And that'll fix the problem, won't it?
But she already terminated her lease at her old apartment. She doesn't have anywhere else she can go. I can't just put her up in a hotel all by herself. And I don't have the money to do so anyway.
Well then, I guess there's no other way around it. Taking care of her is your only option left. Better start learning how to run the washing machine.
It's impossible for us to make a living together, just the two of us. I can't afford to keep both of us fed with my income alone, and she's too sick to go out and get a job herself. This would all be fixed in an instant if you just come home. I really will do anything in the world, I promise.
If you're trying to get me to feel sorry for you, it's not working. I'm not moved by your performance in the slightest.
There's no way you could go off and live on your own without me all of a sudden, right? It's not like you can just live at your parents' house forever. What are you even going to do from now on?
Well, I suppose you're right. Living alone would be pretty difficult for me. That might be the first true thing you've said all night.
So you agree? Do you agree that divorcing me is too crazy of a decision? Hurry up and come back home to me, babe.
But if I had to choose between living with you two and living on my own, I'd pick the latter any day. That, and unlike you, I'm well prepared for the change. I talked with one of the higher-ups at my company, and they're promoting me from a contractor to a full-time employee.
What? You've got to be lying.
All of this was decided even before I chose to move. Plus, remember my grandma, who passed away 5 years ago? I'm going to be living in her house from now on. There's a couple of renovations I'll have to have done to the place before I can move in properly, so I'll be staying with my parents for a little while in the meantime.
This is all too much for me to take in just one day. So you've had all that prepared this whole time?
I am simply following in your footsteps. I think you've got the message by now, but I have zero intention of ever coming back.
Lydia, I understand now that you're really mad. I'm really sorry.
Great. Don't care. Your apology means nothing to me. It's too little, too late.
I'm repenting for my behavior. I am sorry. I tried to move my mother in without telling you first.
This isn't the first time you've tried to force your way of things, you know? It's happened again and again, and now you're in this mess because of it. You have completely thrown my opinion to the wayside time and time again in order to get what you want.
I'm sorry for everything, okay? I've been totally in the wrong. I regret it. I really do.
You're only apologizing to me now after all this mess. Are you genuinely sorry about what you've done, or are you just saying that to get me back on your side?
I'm genuinely sorry. I really, really am. If you just come back home to me, I'll kick my mom out, okay? Then everything will be all better, right?
Kick your mom out? Would you really?
The most important thing to me is you, my wife. I finally realized that. My eyes are open wide and clear now. You could have said no to me moving that woman in, and I would have been okay with it from the start.
But you just told me she has nowhere else to go now that she's moved out of her apartment. Is she really going to be okay if you do that?
You're more important to me than my mom.
Oh, really? So what you're saying is you would gladly kick out your mom onto the streets in order to save your own skin. You would really rather destroy your relationship with your own mother than lose me, your live-in housekeeper.
No, that's not it at all.
It's all right, Tiago, really. You don't have to hide your true self from me anymore. I understand everything you're saying now. I know so much more about you.
If you really understood how I felt right now, then you'd forgive me.
I see what you're saying. Coming back home to just you and me doesn't sound so bad.
Great. So you'll forgive me then? After all? It doesn't sound so bad.
I still don't feel like forgiving you.
But why? Damn it, no matter what I do, there's no way my mom can stay with me.
In any case, you lack the necessary skills to keep yourself alive, so you might as well keep your mom around and let her take care of you. Although she probably is disappointed knowing she raised a son who doesn't even know how to sweep a floor or change his own sheets properly.
She's not just going to be disappointed and ashamed of me. She's going to tell me this isn't what she signed up for, and then I'll never hear the end of it. She's going to nag and complain and blame me for everything.
It might put a strain on you two's relationship, But if her finding out that way that you put that much of a crack in your relationship, then that means she must have trusted you an awful lot in the first place.
You're talking as if this doesn't affect you at all. As if you don't care about me or us or our marriage.
That's because it doesn't anymore. Oh, and by the way, you should expect something to come in the mail for you soon. I sure hope it doesn't take long.
Huh? What? What are you sending me?
Divorce papers. The final step to end our marriage. They don't just need my signature, you know. They need yours too. They should be arriving any day now. Your help is really going to mean a lot to me, you know?
I don't want this at all. There is no way I'm going to open that envelope. There is no way I'm going to sign those papers.
Quit your whining, will you? If you really want to make your mom's life that much easier, then do it yourself. Don't make me do it for you. It doesn't matter if you take it sitting down or make a fuss about it. It's already been decided on either way. After that, Tiago and his mother started a new life without me, but she was unhappy with the arrangement and he got tired of her nagging and whining. They grew apart and fought a lot. Tiago was good at his job, but bad at housework, so he left everything to his mother. He also avoided going home as much as he could. His mother thought moving in with him would make her life better, but it was worse. She had to do all the chores and had no time for herself. She was unhappy and angry all the time. They didn't get along at all. They had no love or respect for each other. As for me, I moved out of my parents' house 6 months later. The house I'm living in now is old but nice and cozy. I also renovated it to make it more modern and stylish. As for work, I got a full-time position at my old job, and now I'm working hard. I wanted to be full-time for a long time, and they finally offered me a promotion with a raise and benefits. I was very happy and said yes right away. When I was married, I was okay with contract jobs, but this was a great opportunity. They always say being forward and consulting your teammates is important for work. I think that's important for relationships too. If only Tiago had been honest and respectful with me, things might have been different. But I don't regret leaving him or divorcing him. I'm much happier now than I ever was with him.